We're back. Episode 91, guys. 91. We're back at it with another Comic Nerds episode. How is everyone doing today, guys? Thank you all for coming. And we're back. Andrew, Shane, and I, we are the nerds of the comics, as well as you guys. So, oh no. I forgot to open up my thing. Okay, it's open now. But I don't know if we might be frozen. Ah, crap. Yep, we're frozen now, so give me 2 seconds. And we're back. All right. Yeah, technical difficulties. I forgot to open the thing. If I open, like, it's weird because like we do this on Discord. So like when I do like you know when I minimize Discord and then do something and then bring it back up, it freezes our faces. But the weirdest thing is it only freezes mine and Andrew's. It never freezes Shane's. Shane's is always the one face that like never freezes. So I have to exit out. Yeah, whatever. But I have to exit out and do that. But anyways, so yeah, guys, we're back at it. Andrew, Shane, how are you guys doing today? How was your weeks? And 2 weeks, because we did skip a week. Oh my god, I'm burping. Sorry. Ugh. Oh, okay.
Not the week with today. Today, I just drove through a fire on my way home to this podcast.
Wait, what?
Bro,
Like legit?
did you guys look at my stories? Go on my Instagram. Bro, I was driving and recording. I was like, ah, fuck.
Wait.
There was this big ass fire
Oh, jeez.
under the freeway,
Yeah.
and I drove through the thick ass smoke.
Oh yeah. Oh damn. Yeah, that's crazy.
Goddamn California, man.
Wow.
Fire after fire.
Was it like
Driving
a?
to I don't know what it was like. I don't know if like it got to be like some kind of like car accident because it's like under the underpass, which is typically roads. So it has to be like a flame, but like the flame hit high enough
Yeah, yeah.
to get to the top of the freeway.
Oh
And
yeah.
it burned the trees up there because you could see the sparks, and then the smoke was so heavy and shit. And
Damn.
like what the copter just kept circling. I was like, ah.
Wow.
Like from a distance, it looked like I was like, oh, it's like somewhere far away. Next thing I know, as I drove up, I was like, oh, is this why the traffic's hidden? I was like, god damn it.
Damn.
Yeah, now my car smells like smoke.
Yeah. Damn. It'll air out. But wow, exciting.
My day.
Exciting. Damn. Okay then. So yeah, I haven't really had much. I've just been baby prepping. Um,
I know, we're getting close, man.
we're getting real close. 4 weeks.
What, like a month left?
4 weeks. Yeah.
4 weeks.
Yeah, we are less than a month
Are you
away.
like, mentally prepared?
Uh,
Is the father instincts kicking in yet? Are you
no.
ready to do the father saves?
Oh, I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't had the opportunity to do a father save yet, so I don't know if I'm actually like ready. You know what I mean? I
I don't understand it, you know what I mean? That's a reckless boy.
yeah,
Reckless boy.
that's true. That's true. I think yeah, with other people's babies, I'm always like, oh, like, and then like when they do something stupid or they're trying to fall, I'm like, ah. So I do get like freaked out, but no, I don't think I'm mentally prepared. But like, I think I'm as mentally prepared as I can ever really be. The thing about it is like, and I think the biggest thing that people keep on telling me is like when you're about to have like a kid, like you can think that you're ready, you're never actually ready. You can take every single class, you can read every single book, you can listen to every single piece of advice, but like it's gonna be like you know a completely different thing when you're actually taking care of the baby and like everything goes out the window. So I'm already prepared. Like I've already prepared myself like months ago, basically just telling myself being like I'm as ready as I can be because I fully accepted the fact that like I am not going to know a single damn thing when this baby comes out. But I mean like I can't prevent that. You know what I mean? Like it's life, dude. Like I have to accept the fact that like I'm just going to have to learn on the go. The first kid is always a learn on the go kind of thing. So I'm always just like, yeah, I'm there. I'm like
First
there.
one's always the most stressful as a new parent, and then like kid four comes
Yeah.
because they get more reckless to like being parents. Because like
Right.
I've dated enough moms to know that they've stopped caring about the dangers of their children after like the second or third
Yeah, that's pretty much
because
it.
like I'm like still panic mode, and they're like they're fine. What you mean?
Yeah. Ted, what's going on, man? How you doing today? Um, yeah, but I think what happens is I think accepting the fact that you're not going to know is also preparing me to do better in a way. Cause like I feel like a lot of people obviously just like freak out. So like when they have the baby, they're like, oh my God, like what the hell's going on? Like I kicked. But I feel like me being like, you don't know shit. I feel like that already kind of accepts like I'm accepting the fact that I don't know what I'm doing, and I think that better prepares me to not freak out. Because then in that sense, I already know like I don't know what I'm doing, so like I'm just gonna learn. You know what I mean? Instead of me being like, man, I thought I was so prepared, I thought I could do this, and then be like, oh, but it turns out I can't. Now I'm freaking out. I know what to do. So I think I'm hoping that I'll have a better head on my shoulders with this one, but um, we'll see. The baby,
Because you don't have you start to learn that it's out of your control,
yeah,
but you just need to know how to adapt
pretty
and
much.
prepare.
That's really it. And I think I can adapt pretty quickly. So we'll have to see. Um, the craziest thing is I think like so what happens is like a couple weeks ago we did like an ultrasound, and you know before that we found out that the baby's head is down.
Oh
So
no.
yeah, so usually that's right. It's supposed to do that. So usually what happens is sometimes the baby can be down, sometimes it can be sideways. In the second trimester, we did an ultrasound and the baby's head was down. It was actually not cooperating with the doctors and stuff like that. It was being a pain in the ass. But now that it's third trimester and they don't have a lot of room, a lot of the times babies will have start to go head down, and it's basically just them being prepared and like you know what happens. So you know we found that the baby's head was down, which is normal. So we were like, okay, like we're gonna you know take this day by day, whatever. And her stomach was round, so like you could see my wife's stomach, and it was like from the top to the bottom, it was round, right?
Oh wow.
I think like last week the baby dropped, and what happens is like instead of just a round stomach, you could see that it's down and then round. So the
Yeah.
baby is down. And so a lot of people have been telling me like, oh, like when the baby drops, like everyone's now saying like, oh, this baby's gonna come early. Like this baby's gonna be an early baby because like it's dropped. So like when it drops, that's like, oh, it's go time. Like it's prepping. So it's been a week, and now I'm like freaking out and
Are you
like
usually prepared for that, like an early baby?
I'm honestly prepared for literally anything. Literally anything. I just at this point I've just accepted that one day I'm gonna get a phone call, and I just like I'm gonna have to be I'm gonna like I just hope. My one worry is like because my wife works an hour away, so my worry is that she either goes into labor or like her water
Did you
breaks
start
at
your
work.
maternity leave yet?
You can't start maternity leave. Fun fact: you can't start maternity leave until you actually have the baby.
I thought some companies allow you to start
Some
it
companies,
early.
some companies will. Yeah, but she's. I mean, technically, like the due date is only a month away still. So like, you don't know. Like they'll be like, oh, you know, like start working from home a couple days a week and stuff like that. But like, yeah, you
Yeah.
don't really have to come in. But some days it involves her coming in. So they're still kind of working that thing out. My freaking out is like. Eventually, she'll be working from home more often, but my only worry is that she'll be at work and then like her water breaks. She has to drive like an hour back, and it's like now she's going
Yeah.
through contractions and all that. I'm like, this is not enough for me. Or like I'll be at work and all of a sudden I'll get that phone call. I'll be like, I gotta go. Like you know what I mean? So I'm prepared for it. Tomorrow is my wife's birthday, and
Okay.
Sunday we are going to a wedding.
Beautiful.
And for whatever reason in my head, I just have this like really slight feeling that this baby is not going to let us have any fun, and that it is going to decide that it wants to come out then. Like it's gonna be like happy birthday, ma, surprise. You know what I mean? Like I'm
Yeah.
coming, and then they're gonna share a birthday or do some shit. So I'm just saying like that would be wild to just be celebrating two birthdays at the same time. Like I just have this really weird, sneaking suspicion. Um, but we'll see. I mean, I could totally be wrong. Who knows? Um, but that's basically where we're at right now. So yeah, I'm ready. I think I'm as ready as I can ever be. I'm definitely 100% ready to be a dad. Um, Doing things for that. Hey, dog, thank you for lurking, man. I appreciate it. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Ted says he's doing good. Got the live plants ready for Bria and just bought Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 1. Nice. Is that your new spider, Bria? Is that the name of your new spider? Adam's going to be the best dad for real. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Also, not sure if it's just me, but Shane is pretty quiet. Oh, okay. Oh, you know what it is? No, no, no. You're not quiet. You're not quiet. I didn't increase the volume.
I was like, am I not talking enough?
Yeah, no, no. This is probably better now because I didn't increase the volume on the actual thing. I have to turn it down.
You guys hear me?
Yeah,
Am I loud enough?
You can definitely hear me. Yeah,
Not you guys. Them.
We can hear you fine. I think they can hear you now.
I don't care about you guys. It's them.
Let's see.
Okay.
Yeah, now Ted said he can hear you now. Let's see. What's up with America? What is up with America? Oh, well, happy early birthday. Oh, I get it. I get you. Oh, well, happy early birthday, Mrs. Dips. I will let her know that you said that. Thank you. And Bria's my gecko. Okay, interesting. Dog, thank you so much for lurking. I appreciate it, brother. Yeah, so fun fact, Ted, because I don't know how they do this in Europe, in the UK. In America, they don't let you go on maternity leave until you actually have the mom. I mean, the mom, the baby. You actually have to physically have the baby, and then you have to have the evidence of the baby. So, like, they give you, like, a temporary birth certificate. It's like proof of birth, pretty much. And before they give you the actual birth certificate and the social security number, they give you proof of birth. And what that does is that allows you to put the baby onto your health insurance, because when you have the baby, you have to immediately put it on your health insurance, like immediately. So you have to get that whole thing done. And then you can't do that without proof of birth. Otherwise, they won't add it. So you have to provide that, and then later on down the line, once you get birth certificate and social security, you get that too. Now, there's a thing in America called Family Medical Leave Act, and what that is, or FMLA, and what that is it gives you the country allows up to 12 weeks of parental leave. And they don't give you full pay. So the FMLA Act allows you to take off 12 weeks of unpaid or paid leave. And it gives you job security. So basically, like, you can go on maternity leave and, like, you don't get fired is kind of like what that is. But they can choose to pay you up to 80%. Now, some companies will give you and will match that. Like, for example, my wife's company will match will match whatever FMLA won't give. So FMLA will give up to 80%. It doesn't mean that you'll get the full 80%, but it'll give you up to 80% for those 12 weeks. And then her company will match that to 100% pay. So what you also have to remember is that during this leave, you're not actually paying for health insurance, which is fun. So you actually have to remember to pay health insurance because they don't take that off your taxes with FMLA. But FMLA doesn't kick in until the baby is born. And some places, like my company, they don't give me paid FMLA, which was really upsetting and unfortunate to hear, because I was really upset about that. But I have to actually take time off. I have to take accrued time off to be able to stay at home. So my wife is getting 6 months, which is awesome, because her company gives her her company gives her time off, then FMLA, and then her company gives her another, like, a week or two or something. It's called, like, baby bonding time, or like another something, 4 weeks or so for baby bonding time. So she gets a total of, like, basically pretty much up to 6 months. I get 2 weeks, and that's because I get that accrued. So I am going to stay with her for 2 weeks, then I got to go back to work. But my job is awesome, and we're working something out so that I can maybe stay home a little bit more. So, we're kind of seeing that. But that's fun fact, Ted. That's basically how America does things, because it's America, nothing is free. So, yo, what's up, Jaguar? And yeah, that is fucked. But yeah, what's going on, Jaguar? How you doing today, too? So yeah. That's a little bit of an educational part of this show. Learning something new about babies and about parenting. So we'll learn more as we go along. I'm sure, like, I'll probably have, like, a segment on the show being like, what did I learn this week? You know what I mean? Like, as, like, a father or something, but we'll figure it out. Yeah. Anyway, on to the nerdy stuff, guys. So episode 91, we don't have too much to talk about, but we do have some things to talk about. All of it is Marvel. There's not a single piece of DC news this week that I have heard that I can find to be legit. Okay, so now here's the thing.
Yeah.
A lot of my DC or news or just news in general, I find on Twitter. Twitter has now become a cesspool of just fake shit. And I really have to do digging to find out like what's real and what's not. I have to find like the like real news sources or the more accurate news sources, the ones that actually have like the true like rumors or like the birds that they like hear from. So I have to follow them or like listen to them, and then the rest are just like, oh, like I heard this, and it's like there's no accurate source. There's nothing. So DC as of right now, there's like a lot of weird rumors and like inaccurate stuff. The only real DC news now is that we know James Brolin declined Green Lantern. Yes, or Josh Brolin. So I forgot about that. Yeah, Josh Brolin officially declined the role of Green Lantern, which I thought was smart.
Thank God.
I thought that was really smart. Don't know why I said James. Yeah, no, Josh Brolin, I think he's a better role, and I think he even knew that. And also, I think he just read all the comments and no one wanted him as Green Lantern. So, yeah, I
I'm
just
hoping
feel
that
like,
they still don't look for a Josh Brolin type and
We'll
go
see.
a completely different direction.
yeah, I don't know, but we'll have to see what happens with Josh. But yeah, so we're gonna go into some Marvel news, but first we got a couple of little pieces of news, two really sad pieces of news, guys. Unfortunately, with the first one being Peter. So Peter Renaday, he was the original voice of Master Splinter, and unfortunately, he passed away. So that was really sad. I saw that a couple days ago. Huh?
It's probably the Splinter I grew up on then.
Yeah, I think it was because it was like the old style, like
Yeah.
TMNT. So that was like the OGs. But unfortunately, he passed. So rest in peace, Peter. And the biggest hit that of all the hits in a very, very, very long time, guys, was unfortunately James Earl Jones. We all know him, us nerds. Everyone knows him as the voice of Darth Vader, as the voice of Mufasa, is what I grew up with. My favorite movie when I was a kid was Lion King, and he has been the voice of just so many things, and he has been such an incredible actor. He is a legend, and unfortunately, he passed away. I believe early this week, I believe, or last week. I can't remember, but it is just really unfortunate. So that's just really sad to find out. But yeah, I mean, it was sad. Nerdy shit, Josh Brolin was said. I hope they go with Chris Pine. Not gonna lie, Ted wants Chris Pine as Hal Jordan.
I wouldn't mind that.
I could see it, but I
can see it.
still stand by my choice, which was damn it. You know, it's funny. I always just want him as my choice, but I can never remember his name. James Marsden. I think James Marsden. He's the guy who plays Cyclops in the live-action X-Men movies. I think he'd be a good one. I think he has the look. You know what I mean? I feel like he'd be a solid
Cool.
Hal Jordan. But
I would like. This one's like a complete stretch, but I'd like Ryan Reynolds to have a redo.
I was gonna say the same thing.
I think it would be really funny if Ryan Reynolds showed up and like was a part of it. Like he wasn't like a main character, but I think it would be kind of cool if he like was in the core, and like he just was in one episode or something, being like, "Hey guys," and everyone's like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" Or some like weird shit. Like I don't know. Like
I mean, if they're gonna make the storyline where it's gonna be heavy on the Jon Stewart and like not emphasize too much on the other lanterns, if like Hal Jordan's gonna do a pop in, pop out, I would like Ryan Reynolds to have a redo. Because like I said, he was the perfect casting.
he was really good.
It was just a bad project.
Yeah, I agree. Ted
I
said
don't
he.
think Ryan Reynolds would do like a TV series, but I think this is gonna be a TV series.
It is. It is it's
Yeah,
it's
I'll give Ryan
the
Reynolds
Lanterns is a TV show. Ted said hearing the news made him so damn sad. A legend is gone. I agree. So rest in peace, James Earl Jones. It really is sad to see.
I know he's definitely still voiced a few things that's on the like currently coming out still.
Yeah.
So like, 'cause he's still like to this day was like still doing Darth Vader's voice and everything
Right.
for all the Disney TV shows that were coming out and stuff. So,
Right.
man, right till the end.
Well, I mean, so it's kind of like Kevin Conroy. Like before Kevin Conroy died, he did a lot of Batman voices. And then like he still like has released with like a couple of his like voices being in the shows like in movies. So yeah, I would imagine that we're gonna see a couple more things with James Earl Jones, but yeah. So the last piece of just regular news, it's again, like I said, we really don't have too much to talk about, is this interesting thing, which Shane, I think you might appreciate. Joe Manganiello is cast as Mr. Zero / Crocodile.
Wait,
yeah, Mr. Zero Crocodile. In One Piece, in the live
I'm
action One
into
Piece.
it.
Yeah, I actually, I will say, when I saw
into
this, I was like, he can look like he's a good crocodile. I could see him as crocodile.
Because Croc has this presence that is big and intimidating, and I feel like Joe can pull that off.
Yeah.
Like, this is going to be good.
I think this was a good casting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's such a weird thing for, like, the One Piece Netflix is coming up with, like, actors that's just it seems so far from what they would do. Or like it seems like so otherworldly in a sense of like projects they like certain like celebrities would touch, and it's like especially with second season, I think maybe because how well the first season did, like bigger more known actors are really coming into these roles.
Yeah, I mean they have the chick from Freaky Friday, they have Joe, they have what's her name, Megan Thee Stallion, isn't she gonna be in it?
Oh yeah.
And
for Boa.
Yeah, for Boa. So and Ted said, "Hey, it's Flash. This is Flash. Flash is in, and now he's going to be an anime character." So
Flash Thompson, baby.
Flash Thompson.
It would have been cool if he had a chance to play a Venom role. That would have been cool during that age.
I think that would have been pretty dope.
Yeah.
But they went with the guy from the 70s shows.
They went for the guy from the 70s shows who jacked up, to be honest with you. But I didn't mind him. To be honest with you, I didn't mind him as the Venom, but I think it's the same thing where it's like it was weird. It was just a weird movie. But
he would have been a good Carnage, but not a Venom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see it.
He wasn't as intimidating or like big enough. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. Would be cool to see him in Secret Wars as Agent Venom, like an old Agent Venom.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That would be good. I'm thinking like with the MCU, like they're just gonna like gloss over the regular Venom storyline and just give us an Agent Venom for some reason. So like I feel like MCU would just jump right into it.
Here's the funny thing: we're actually going to talk about that in a couple of minutes because there's a couple theories that I have heard. But we'll get into that. So yeah, so Joe is going to be Mr. or Crocodile in the live piece One Action. Next news, we're going right into Marvel. So the first piece of news that I heard was that the MCU will be going into a supernatural phase with Blade being the main person. I don't really know how this is going to be. Yeah, if they get it done. But I don't know how they're going to do it because we're already in phase 5. We're almost in phase 6, I would imagine. But also phase 7 is going to be all mutants. So now we have to wait till phase 8. And phase 7 is going on until like 2030, I think.
I mean, technically, Agatha right now is kind of pushing the whole supernatural stuff. So, like...
Right, no, it's pushing supernatural. But, like, my thing is, the next phase is X-Men. Like, phase 7 is all mutants. Everything is mutant. Like, they were pushing a Storm movie. They have a Phoenix movie. They have a Wolverine movie. They have Nightcrawler. They have, like, all of these are separate, too. So, like, everything is going to be separated, and it's all, like, all of these characters getting, like, solos. Whether it's, like, a show or, like, a movie. And then they're going to throw in, like, they're sprinkling in, like, the Marvels again. Like, Marvels is supposed to come in, and they're sprinkling in Captain America, another movie from him. But it's, like, I don't know what they plan on doing, especially if, like, it's going to have to reach into phase 7, but phase 8 So like they're doing 3-parters, right? So it's phases 1 through 3, then phases 4 through 6, phases 7 through 9. So I imagine, and then you have like Doomsday, and then you have Secret Wars, and they said after Secret Wars they're going to be completely revamping the entire Marvel like line. Like they're gonna recast every Marvel character, Captain America, Iron Man, all of them. So
Just a whole reset.
a full reset. That's what they plan on doing. Like they legitimately want to just be like, oh, we're just gonna do it all over again. So like, you know, you had phases 1 through 3, but here's new Captain America.
I hope they do that, but then dive into other major storylines.
Yeah,
Completely different.
I think it's gonna be like a
Yeah.
whole like I don't think they're gonna rewrite Thanos. Like I think they did that. I think that would be stupid of them to do. But I think that they're gonna like go in a completely different story direction with new characters and just like a new
It's like
thing.
maybe they'll pick like a different universe of like the Ultimate Universe. Maybe the next set's gonna be the Alternate Universe and all the stuff that happens during it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
like
That would be sick.
I think what they're gonna do is kind of like a DC's version of like Flashpoint, where then they just completely rewrite DC. But I don't know. We'll have to see. Let's see. Or get him back as Deathstroke in the new DCU. I think that would do him justice. He deserves it. I heard that they won't do a Wolverine in the MCU, or not for a long time. Apparently, they want to keep Hugh Jackman as Wolverine to appear in Secret Wars and stuff. Yeah, so I think Secret Wars is supposed to be set for 2026. I think. But in 2027, or like in phase 7, so like they're doing phase 6 and stuff like that. Secret Wars is going to be in it, but in phase 7 is when they actually start doing like the Wolverine stuff or the X-Men stuff, and one of it in the timeline was a Wolverine thing. So they might have Hugh Jackman on for Secret Wars, but then after Secret Wars, I think that they're going to rewrite the whole thing. So we'll have to see. Let's see here.
Secret War is slated to come out 2027.
Okay. So, yeah, and then after that, I think, because I know, wait, what the hell? Oh, man, I can't. Okay, hold on. /pan v3sta. All right. Anyway, I thought Secret Wars was set back, so it released after the Mutant Supernatural saga. I thought it was before, but I guess we'll just have to find out. So I don't actually entirely remember, but I know that it was supposed to be released in 2026, 2027, like Andrew said. And I don't know, because I know that like the X-Men saga is going to be dipping into like 2030. I know that for a fact. So yeah, we'll just have to see, but I don't know what to believe anymore now, because then it's going to be the Mutant Saga, the Supernatural Saga. I don't know what the hell's going on. But that is basically what I heard for Blade, if they ever make it. And this is interesting. So you know how we're making a Fantastic Four? So Fantastic Four is, I think, already filming right now. And apparently Marvel is considering moving their release date of Fantastic Four to July 11th of next year, which coincidentally falls on the same day that DC is releasing Superman. So
Double feature.
Marvel is competing with DC to probably get rid of Superman sales or whatnot. But now I'm asking you guys question. Now, we haven't seen any trailers. We haven't really seen anything. Based off of the information that we have been given, we have seen pictures of Superman. We've seen pictures of Mr. Fantastic.
I know the exact order I'm watching it in.
Okay, wait.
Exactly.
So we've seen Mr. Fantastic. We've seen Superman. We've seen pictures of Guy Gardner, which was dumb. We've seen pictures of the new Hawk Girl. And we kind of get an idea of what might be going on with DC. In as far as the Marvel end goes, we have seen the cast that has been, announced as the Fantastic Four. We have seen the outfits that they're going, which is the OG comic accurate cast uniforms. We've seen a picture of the Thing. We have not seen a trailer for either one of them. But if both of those movies come out at the same time, what movie would you go and see? If you had to pick one movie, like you couldn't afford one ticket, which one would you see? You seeing Superman?
Superman. Yeah.
Shane?
You would think I would say Superman.
Ooh, you're
Yeah.
going Fantastic Four.
It's cause so when I was saying I know what order I would watch it in, it would be Superman first and then Fantastic Four, because I am not hopeful for this new Superman. But like, no matter what the set photos are for the Fantastic Four or like the casting is, Marvel always pulls through, and so it'll end on a high.
Hmm.
And so it's like, if I'm gonna choose a movie that I can guarantee I'll love, it will be Fantastic Four.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
See, now my thought is I kind of agree with you on the Marvel side of things, because I think Fantastic Four, we already know like what the kind of premise is going to be with Fantastic Four. Like, we're going to get a whole new group of people, right? We're going to finally get a Fantastic Four movie set in the Marvel universe, which is going to be awesome, even though it's going to be set in a different universe. It's not 616, but like, it's still going to have a part to do with Marvel. We're going to see Galactus. I think that's what kind of pushes it over the edge for me, is that like Galactus is going to be a part of the movie, which is like, to me, is more hopeful that it's going to be a good movie. But actually, I'm going with Superman. If I had to pick one movie that I would absolutely go and see in theaters, it would be Superman. Now, I'm most likely going to try and go and see both, if I can find a babysitter. But like, not at the same day. Like, I'll spread it out. But like, obviously, like, I think I would go and see Superman first. Ted said, no, 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 no. They both look like good films. He would pick Superman. I mean, the last Fantastic Four films have been shit, understandable, but the last Fantastic Four, we don't talk about that one. But this one does look good. I'm excited. Now, the reason why I would pick Superman is because it's the first movie of James Gunn's new DCU. So I am like erasing. I'm starting from scratch. I know that like the pictures that I saw were kind of crap. And like, I'm kind of losing a little faith on it, but I'm not going to give any judgment until I actually see the movie. And so like, James Gunn, his DCU has been hyped up way too much. Like, he's hyping up this shit. He's doing all this stuff. He's releasing all these things. There's rumors. He's keeping up a bunch of stuff like really hush. Like, that's totally fine. They're bringing in Green Lantern. They're bringing in Hot Girl, Hot Guy. They're bringing in Mr. Fantastic. They're bringing in, or Mr. Terrific, I'm sorry. They're bringing in Superman. They're going to do this whole entire thing. I'm very, very interested in seeing this movie, only because I have literally started from scratch with like a clean slate for DC. And now Superman is going to basically bring judgment for that whole thing. If like, because the thing is, and I've said this before, when James Gunn announced his new DCU, Superman is make it or break it. We have lost so much faith in DCU that if James Gunn fucks up Superman, no one's watching your shit in the future. Like, you fuck up the Superman, you fuck up the whole thing. So that's why I'm going, because I want to say, hey, man, you fucked up, or I'll be like, meh, or like, it was really good. So that's the only reason why I want to see that first. And then I would probably see Fantastic Four. But if I had to pick one, I'd pick Superman.
I'm picking Superman automatically because it doesn't matter if the movie sucked or if it's going to be good. I just know if Superman's on screen, some crazy shit's going to happen.
Yeah,
he has powers. There's no way they're not going to make him fight insanely crazy. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean,
Justice League was bad. Batman vs Superman was bad. But every time Superman shows up on screen,
it was badass. It was
crazy.
Badass.
He does crazy
shit
every time he's on screen.
He does.
So yeah, so the DCEU was more promising with our Superman.
Yeah.
Obviously, we don't have an introduction to this one yet until this movie, but I'm using context clues on my judgment of this Superman. And like, from the intro to how James Gunn says he's a diehard DC fan and he grew up on the Superman, and how like the story that's untold and the direction he's going in, you think it's gonna be more of this story of this sense of hope, right? And like, especially with the set scenes, and you see like, there was like, I seen this little video of like Superman and like another hero flying in, and like the hero just walks down, and then Superman's there with the kids running up to him, and he's like, oh yes, very Superman-like, you know, like it's very hopeful. It's like, you know, he's like this incredible hero. And I was like, beautiful, fantastic. I don't think it's gonna be like crazy, grueling, action-packed Superman. I think it's gonna be emotional, hopeful, and like wondrous Superman.
I'm gonna hate that.
And that's why it's like that's not what I'm aiming for.
From that image we got, like that first look of Superman, like how he's like, you know, putting on his boots, and then like in the background it's like a giant Freezer from Dragon Ball Z laser beam coming down on him.
Yeah.
You know some crazy shit's gonna happen from just that image though.
It has to,
The villain's
yeah.
gonna be crazy.
Probably.
Yeah, it has to be. And I don't look. I've seen enough Fantastic Four to know, like, I don't really give a shit about any of these characters. Like, their powers are lame, other than the Human Torch. So the only thing that's interesting about the Fantastic Four to me is Doctor Doom. So unless you get Doctor Doom or Galactus in there, like, it's not gonna be interesting. And if they're gonna follow the old Marvel formula, you're not gonna see any of the villains unless they're the main villains of the movie. But you're not gonna see like the big villain for the future project until like the after credit. So I'm just gonna sit there for like a moderate, like a mediocre movie just to wait for the after credit for like the big shit. So I know what I'm gonna get with Fantastic Four.
I'm very confident. Like even though like
Fair.
because this one, it's an introduction, but also like a kind of leap forward in the story because I don't think they're gonna do a full introduction again. But like I'm telling you, man, because this is supposed to launch into the big storyline. You know what I mean? This intro to these characters to this next phase is gonna go hard. Like I genuinely believe that for Fantastic Four. Like they're gonna, like we're gonna see all these little details of which is what Marvel's really good at. These little details that plays into something later on, and like give us, you know, Doom and Secret Wars and all that shit. Like it's gonna be fucking good. It's a guaranteed good one. That's why I go for the guarantee, then the hopeful great.
Okay. Let's see. Ted said the only reason I want to go watch Superman is because I want to see a hopeful Superman again. So that's what he said. Just let me watch Superman saving a cat from a tree for a kid, and I'll be happy. Maidenless runt. Okay. I gotcha. Yeah. So yeah, it's I don't know. I can see Andrew's point, and I kind of do agree. Where it's like, yeah, with movies like this, it's like you're kind of hyping up the villain towards the end, and like you're really not getting a lot. I mean, like based off of like everything that we've seen, what have we seen? We've seen Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, and obviously they hyped up Kang at the end. You know what I mean? And then of course we get like, yeah, we get oh damn! Why his name is slipping from my mind right now for the villain for Black Panther.
Killmonger?
No.
No, it's the fucking Aqua dude.
Oh, Namor?
Namor, thank you. I knew it began with an M. Namor. So I mean, like he was the villain for them, but like okay, fine, whatever. And then you get like these little lame villains, like the Marvel's villain sucked. And then you have like all the other small villains, and now you're still, again, like you're saying, hyping up a big villain. Whereas like I think in this big one, like you have to. But the thing is, I feel like the reason as to why we got some badass Superman shit in the beginning was because of Henry Cavill's Superman. Like when that scene, when he came back to life and he was like pissed and they were trying to stop him, and then there was like the slow-mo from the Flash and he just turns his head, I was like, my God, that shit was wild.
Yeah.
Plus, it's Henry Cavill. He has
Yeah.
He's got washboard abs that I will wash my hands with. So, like, I'm just saying, like, dude's insane. Like, this guy looks like a stupid young version of Henry Cavill, but, like, he's never going to be as jacked. He doesn't have that, like, he still looks to me like his face kind of looks like a child in a sense. Yeah. Like, he looks definitely young. Henry Cavill had a rugged, like lean look to him. I'm like, okay, this is my guy. Like, he turned heads. All right, like this guy is like, he kind of just makes me feel like he's like still a kid, and I'm like, okay, like it makes sense for a new Superman, like a year one Superman, but I don't know. I'll see. I'll give it to him. I just don't think he can pull off. I gotta give it to him, but like I think they will probably move more on the hopeful side of things because I don't think he can really pull off like a badass Superman. Like I don't think he's gonna be like intimidating. Really.
This has been like that. The hopeful Superman is the thing that got me hooked on Superman in the first place. So it's like it would be really nice to see that, and hopefully James Gunn can portray the very comic accurate like feeling of like hope for Superman. So like I would love that, but
Really, it's
I
like
don't know. Like this is the hard launch to the DCU,
Yeah. It's making or breaking.
and
That's what I'm
depending on
saying.
how well this movie does, is a big indication on how the rest of the DC universe is gonna be.
Well, if he fucks this movie up, no one's gonna pay to see his other movies. Like, unless it's like all those people that liked The Flash and thought that The Flash was one of the greatest movies of all time. Like, you're gonna get those people to go watch the movies. But like, other than that, you're not gonna get like most fans to do it. You're just gonna keep tanking, and then you're gonna like push stuff out for agendas to make movies, and it's gonna turn into like a whole thing. Ted said David Cornsweet looks amazing as Superman, and this Superman shouldn't be as serious as Henry's. Yeah, we'll see. It's funny because this was from Marvel, and we went from Marvel to DC. Back to Marvel though. So yeah, so I guess look out for that because we might have two really potentially good movies coming out at the same time. It'll be very interesting to see how it turns out, like what makes the more like most money, and gets the better reviews. So we'll see. Next piece of news is Daniel. I'm sorry, not Daniel. Destin Daniel Cretton. He is the director for Shang-Chi. Is apparently going to be directing Spider-Man 4. Now, Spider-Man 4, we already got confirmation that apparently we'll have to do more with the multiverse, which I don't like. We'll get more into that in a little bit. But yeah, it's supposed to be still taking place in the multiverse, which is going to suck. But Ted said, I love Henry as Superman, but he was too serious as for Superman, and I only blame the writing. The action is going to be amazing. Interesting. Oh, yeah, for the Spider-Man. Here's the thing. I think that because they're doing like this whole multiverse thing, I'm a little skeptical. I'm a little scared. I think that the director and I think that Marvel has a very perfect, very, very perfect transition potential here with Spider-Man 4. We saw the first 3 Spider-Men and, you know, it opens the multiverse and he did a whole thing and he was his origin thing. But now he's back to square one. No one knows who he is. He's back to his cloth Spider-Man suit. He's just by himself, you know, it's just him against the world, like in his little nasty ass apartment. No one knows who he is, blah, blah, blah. And I think that they have such a potential to just make him the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man and to just have him in his solo movies focus on like an actual like thing. I think that they should focus on New York City. I think that Spider-Man has the potential to like
so much world-saving stuff.
Yeah, like
time
focus on New York. Focus on New York because the thing is, it's like we're getting all these New York superheroes now. Like we're getting Daredevil from Hell's Kitchen. We're getting and like in Hawkeye they reintroduced Kingpin. So it's like, dude, like make a movie for Spider-Man where Kingpin is the villain and Daredevil and Spider-Man team up. It is just like the comics. It is still a big villain for Spider-Man to go against. But like it brings in a good transition for Daredevil Born Again and then bring him in from Born Again to Spider-Man movie. It brings like a good like opportunity for Kingpin to be more involved and like to be more involved with other superheroes. And it's like a minor villain that doesn't need to be hooked into multiple movies or like the main thing. You don't have to have like crazy big villains all the time. Like give him a one-off villain and make his like movies be like little spin-offs of something where he like kind of takes care of the city or the city. It doesn't need to be like some crazy shit because we're going to get into it in a couple minutes and we're going to get into like one of the theories as to like what the villain of Spider-Man is going to be. So the action would be even better if he was directing a street-level Spidey with Daredevil. Exactly. Sony give Disney all the rights in Spidey, and my life is yours. Sony will never do that. Spider-Man is Sony's biggest source of income. And they're doing some weird shit with Spider-Man, man. And we're going to hear about it more with Venom when we get into that. So we'll get into that in a couple seconds. So yeah, just know that this guy directed Shang-Chi, and he will be directing Spider-Man. Next news is... Guys, we still haven't heard anything about this, but Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse. It was supposed to come out in March of this year, which was 5 months ago, and it hasn't. So, you know, no one's heard anything. They haven't announced anything. They haven't been like, hey guys, sorry, we're not doing it. Apparently, most of Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse was scrapped. which is why we haven't gotten the release of the movie and why we haven't heard anything about it. And the movie, unfortunately, will most likely not be released until 2026 to 2027. So
They do a complete rewrite.
that's what I heard. They're doing a huge complete rewrite. They're just not announcing it to anyone because I don't know. But they said that this movie was going to come out back to back years, and now we might have to wait 3 years before we actually see it. So,
Do you think spitballing here? Because like I mean, they basically had it all set up, lined up, and like done, like for the most part. Do you think the rewrite could be this incorporation into the actual MCU?
I don't know.
Like,
It could.
I mean, like, because I don't see like they did most of the second part. Like, 'cause I'm sure they did it all at once, but like, it can't be that they thought the story wasn't good enough or the animation wasn't great, like, because like they must have done it all. They must have done it all at once and then just broken it down to 2 parts.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I can't imagine like.
Well,
Because this isn't like a film set.
If they were
this isn't like a film set.
No, if they were going to make it...
The producer actually responded to that article. He said nothing's been scrapped.
Oh, good.
Don't believe the internet. Yeah.
Good, because I got that information off of what I thought was going to be a legitimate source. But so this is just another example of like you really don't know what the hell is real and what's not. But honestly, though, when the hell are we getting this movie? So
I read. See this. I could be making some shit up here, but like I remember reading something where there was some creative differences to the reason why the movie got delayed, or like it wasn't like getting the ball rolling. There was like, some creative differences within the project, but it wasn't so much of the scrap writing. I guess that was big.
Interesting.
But I can't remember where I read that from.
I don't know. Was anyone really expecting this to come out this year? Yes, Ted, I was. You know why I was, Ted? Do you know why I was, Ted? Let me explain to you why. Because they said it was going to come out this year. All right? Like, when they say, hey, and I'm pretty sure at the end of the first part, they said next part coming out 2025. They said that it was going to come out in literally a year. And guess why I believe them? It's because when they did this the last time, they actually did it. They did it with Infinity Wars. In Infinity Wars, they said, we'll return next year. And guess what they did? It returned next year in April when they said it was going to come out. There was no delays. There was no, oh, we got to finish this out. We're going to, delay it for two months or whatever. No, they said April. They released it in April. I got my part. They did it. They could have easily done it. And to Shane's point, too, it's like if they think that they're going to split it into 2 parts, they already wrote the whole thing. And they must have just went from one thing to the other. They definitely had to have gotten started on the voice acting and all this other stuff. So they could have done it. I mean, I get that. Like, look, and I'm not upset.
It has to have been the majority done with probably tweaks to the animation. But story is like one of the first things that needs to be done. And then it's like the voice acting, like they'll bring them back to redo certain voices. But if it's taking this long, there has to have been rewrites. And that means that they must have decided to change a major part of the story for the rewrites to take this long.
Probably.
And if it's rewriting the story, then maybe it's incorporating other aspects. Because, like, and I'm thinking, like, the only way, I'm like, well, not the only way, but, like, the thing that, like, comes to mind is the connection to the MCU somehow.
They also could have just had, like, scheduling delays. Like one of the voice actors just wasn't like around or something. I don't know. All I know is that if it had to do with the thing, look, I'm all for it. Like I don't want it rushed. I want this done right. I want it well done, and they have the potential to do that. So if they need a little bit more time to do that, that's perfectly fine. Just tell us. We just need information. Don't say that you're going to release something in March and then now we don't hear anything for 5 months. Like, we don't get a trailer. We don't get a warning. We don't get a, hey, sorry, guys. Like, there's nothing that's basically, like, says, hey, like, this is coming out soon. Or, like, hey, this is going to be temporarily pushed back until further notice. We're figuring stuff out. I'd be fine with that. I'd be like, oh, okay, yes, sure. You do you. Like, get this done and then, like, let us know. But, like, we haven't heard a single thing. And that's what I'm That's what I'm upset about. I feel betrayed. I feel hurt. So Spider-Man is out. Not really, but you know what I'm talking about. Next news. Agatha All Along has released their first 2 episodes on Disney Plus yesterday. So it's going to be coming out every Wednesday. I was able to watch the first episode. I say I say hell yeah, Aubrey Plaza, but I say to the rest of it. Aubrey Plaza is killing it. She's stealing the show. She's really the best part about the show so far. Well, I won't say too much because for people who haven't seen it yet, Andrew has not watched the episodes just yet. But Shane has watched both episodes. I have watched the first episode. And talking about it too, funny enough with Agatha. So basically, the first 2 episodes are released. I think it's 10 to 13 episodes long, maybe 8. I don't know. But they have said, because they're tooting their own horn, they're taking pride. They said that this is the gayest project Marvel has ever done. That's a quote. That is a quote. And then Aubrey Plaza herself said that there is going to be a big gay explosion at the end of the show. I don't know what any of this means, but I just have this feeling I'm not going to like it. Not because they're gay. I don't care about that. I don't care if people are gay, transgender, whatever it is in the show. That's fine. Don't make it political. Don't do a political agenda in a Marvel TV show. It is not the way to go. They did that in Acolyte for Star Wars. Did not go well. And then the story writing was also shit. The whole thing was really bad, I heard. I didn't see it. This is just what I'm kind of hearing off of. But it's like, this is Marvel, dude. Like, Marvel has gay characters. That's totally fine. But, like, it's not the story. It's not the whole, like, they're making it into the story.
If your takeaway is it's the gayest thing you'll ever see, like the Marvel projects ever made, like, if that's your takeaway from this, then it's like, bro, it's not going to be good.
Yeah, then what's the point of making an Agatha show?
No, get it.
I don't get it. But, like, it's just like, I hate when shows start to do some sort of political agenda. Like, there's a right and a wrong way to go about this. That's the whole thing. Like, I think, like, Supergirl did it when they did the CW Supergirl. And when Supergirl first came out, I didn't like it because what they were doing was they were basically, like, shitting on men the whole time. And they were doing, like, this whole, like, feminist movement, which was fantastic. And that's awesome to, like, have a really strong female character. But they kept on saying, like, oh, all men are stupid. Like, men are really dumb. Oh, like, men can't really do this. Like, it's up to the women to, like, save the world kind of thing. And I'm like, this isn't how you do stuff like this. Like, just make a strong female role. That's all you got to do. And, like, now it's like, okay, like, I think in the first episode they implied that some characters were already dating, and it was a homosexual relationship, and that's totally fine. But it just seems like they were pushing it a little bit more, and it just kind of that was only the first episode. It seems like every character in the show is gay, which is fine. But now it's like, what does Aubrey Plaza now mean by a gay explosion? For me, that's you know what the weirdest thing is? The wildest thing is, like, when someone says gay explosion at the end, it literally makes me think of, like, an orgy or something. Like, I can't just not think of something sexual with a gay explosion. Like, what does that mean?
I don't even know if, like, it's because with all of this emphasis on, like, you know, just like the gay, you know, just, you know, like gay characters or like any kind of like gay explosion, whatever. If this is specifically to get to a new demographic of people, do they care if it's like, do they hear like, oh, there's gonna be a big gay explosion, like the gayest project they ever made? And it's like, when people hear that, like, if they are gay, like, do they like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, now I really gotta see that.
That's what, yeah. That's
like,
what
does that push them to want to see it? Like, what is this?
Dude,
you know what I mean?
It's literally, it's a show about witches. It's literally a show about witches doing some Marvel stuff, following the Yellow Brick Road or some shit. There's a road involved. I still don't know what the road is, but there's a road, and they're trying to get to the end of it, and it's really difficult to get to the end of that goddamn road. But, like, my thing is, like, okay, it's a bunch of witches, and then when you're looking at a show, it's like, it looks creepy. The trailer kind of looks a little creepy and a little fun. That's great, and that's awesome. And then I look at that trailer, and I see this creepiness. I'm excited about that. And then Aubrey Plaza goes, gay explosion. And then I'm like, what did I just watch? compared to what am I now expecting a gay explosion to be? Is that the end of the road? Everyone just gets like in a giant gay orgy at the end of that little road there? Like, it doesn't make sense to me.
I get it. So from the first 2 episodes, it doesn't feel like it's actually gonna be any big emphasis. Like, like it could just be like, like some kissing scene. That's
not
like,
a gay explosion.
Like it's not like a gay explosion. But I'm thinking like maybe all the critics that watch are super homophobic, and it was like gay as fuck.
It could be.
You know what I mean? And then, but it's like because from the first 2 episodes alone, just the indication, like the atmosphere of the show feels good. Like it feels ominous.
Feel good. I liked it.
And like I said, it's not heavy-handed on the comedy. Like even though we have like a lot of well-known like comedic actresses, you know what I mean? It's like so like I feel like it's like throughout like it's gonna, especially with their whole journey on the Witch's Road, like it feels like it's gonna get creepier probably. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm hoping for.
Right.
I won't know.
I think like let me see what Ted said first. So action is gonna be amazing. The action would be even better if it was directing. Oh, hold on, sorry. Gonna give this a watch with my mom soon. Agatha is a fun character, so her show will probably be fun. LMAO. Ted said, like Ted, to your point, like it is a decent show. Like it like as of right now, I've only seen one episode. I will say, meh. Like it's not good, it's not bad. It's not like amazing. I'm not sitting there being like, oh my god, I can't wait to watch the second episode. But I will say that the first episode was okay. Like it was solid. Like it caught my attention. I'm curious to see more. But like when I'm watching this show, even if I was gay, like I wouldn't be sitting here watching the show being like, you know what this show needs? A gay explosion. You know what I mean? And to your point, Shane, you said it earlier, but like if someone comes up to me and goes like, oh, like even if I was like, gay, or like I was, even other people who are gay, like I don't think that the director is like, oh yeah, like, and Aubrey Plaza's like, oh, like it's gonna be a gay explosion. I don't think anyone's sitting there being like, yes. Yeah. I've been waiting to ask. I've been asking for this. I've been wanting a gay explosion.
Like finally, our people, like our scenes are like finally. Like no, I don't. I generally don't think if it's a good story with gay people. You know what I mean? Like if it's a good story, period, anybody will like it.
Yeah.
Because like the classic love story, everybody loves it. They see love the way love is, regardless of if it's a man and a woman, a man and a man, a woman and a woman. Does not matter. It's like a great story. If this story like is pushing a great story that has some kind of love in it, great. Like that's great writing. I hope so. But like if like especially now like they try to be so aggressive with like it's like anyone who is gay isn't writing. You know what I mean? It's all just straight people writing gay characters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what I feel like is what it is, and that's the disappointing part. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm wondering.
I don't know if I'm gonna like enjoy the show. Like if that's like their main focus is the orientation of the characters rather than like the actual story.
Now, I'll tell you now, it's not the first 2 episodes. It's good so far. Mm-hmm. It's like he says, meh. But like, it's for what we expected, and it's genuinely it's not bad.
It's not bad.
Those 2 episodes, it's not bad. It's definitely worth a watch. Like I definitely recommend like people trying it out, because like the start of it was kind of like a WandaVision intro of like different reality type shit.
Yeah.
But they didn't like make it last like 5 episodes, which was disappointing. But like,
oh no, I was actually happy that they made it 1 episode.
No, that's what I mean.
Because
okay. The WandaVision was like 5 episodes.
Oh yeah, they stretched that, and I was like, dude, I'm done with this. Yeah. Like, I'm so done with this. Yeah, no, they did it 1 episode. I was like, thank God. It was slow. So Andrew, I will give you my honest opinion. It was slow, but it was okay. Like I'm not like I said, I didn't leave that episode being like, oh my God, I can't wait for the second episode. But I also didn't leave that episode saying that it was a bad episode. I basically was like, I think it has potential to be better, and I will continue watching the show. I think that like it was an intro. It was an intro.
You'll find out by watching that episode.
from what we saw in the trailer, right? Like that vibe that we got from the trailer, like, oh, this actually has potential of being good. Like, will we get that? What did you guys get that from watching the show? Like, from
Yes.
what we felt?
Yeah.
Yes, but
Yeah,
I will
okay.
only
Yeah.
say that I felt that because of Aubrey Plaza. That is literally the entirety. Like, you will love Aubrey Plaza's character. I think she's fantastic in that first episode, and I think that she's going to do really, really good in this episode. I don't care for anybody else, but
I gotta say, it's
I'm all for it.
Agatha, the actress for Agatha herself.
she's good. But she
she's-
seems a little stretchy.
She's very likable in this show because of her like shitty attitude. It's a very likable character, like for me. You know what I mean? Like her comedic sense of that is like it's comedic in the sense of like being a shitty person kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it's actually really good. It's like it's the kind of comedy that I'm okay with.
She's
and
definitely
I like.
she's definitely a good actress. But I will say, Andrew, I don't think you're gonna like it as much as Shane. I think you will probably
Yeah.
lean more towards my opinion of the show,
Mhm.
but I still do think that it is worth a watch and that it
Yeah.
has potential to do well if they stick to what they're doing now. If they don't stick to what they're doing now and they make this gay explosion, and it actually is a huge gay explosion, I don't think it's gonna do well. I think that but also two things is going to happen. Like if Aubrey Plaza is saying that it's a gay explosion, and then all of a sudden the ending is literally like what you said earlier, Shane, that they like two people kiss, and then they're like, oh god, like that's going to be so dumb. I'm going to hate it, and then literally my ratings for the show is going to drop. I'm going to drop it 2 points. Okay, I'm telling you right now.
I don't know. Audrey Plaza is online. Maybe she's a big ass troll. You don't know.
No, that's what I was gonna say.
She really could be.
I was gonna say that because like from what I've seen, because I've seen her interview. I even saw her like on like Hot Ones too.
Yeah, she was.
She's very, very sarcastic.
She is.
Like, she loves to fucking.
See, that's what it. So
I feel like she's just
I
saying shit right now.
bet you because it was a genuine review about the gayest Marvel show, right? And so when she emphasized gay explosion sarcastically, that's what I'm thinking.
So maybe the reviews were like a homophobic thing, and that guy was like, "Yo, this is gay," and then Aubrey Plaza was like, "Oh yeah, it's totally gay. Like, there's a huge gay explosion," and now everyone's like, "Oh,
They're saying like gay show because it's like more than two gay characters."
Okay, this makes sense.
I bet you.
We'll see. We'll have to see. I'm gonna give it an opportunity, Andrew. Like I said, I think you'll really like Audrey Plaza's character. It is solid. It's decent. So now I'm really seeing like let me see. Hold on. I just want to know who Teen is. Like, is he Wiccan? I think he is. I think he's gonna be
That's what I was saying.
Billy Kaplan.
Wiccan.
Billy Kaplan. Yeah. So Billy Kaplan is a Marvel character known as Wiccan. He is a part of the Teen. I think he's a part of Young Avengers.
Dude, Wiccan is Scarlet Witch's son.
Yes.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. I was like, that's my theory, that's Wiccan.
Yeah, he is Scarlet Witch's son, but I don't know if they're going to make him Scarlet Witch's son. I think he might be Billy Kaplan, but I don't know if he'll be Scarlet Witch's son.
If it's going to be like some big reveal at the end, like that will be a good one. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If they don't give us Scarlet Witch back, they're giving us his son.
So I think, if he is Billy Kaplan, I think the reason as to why he wants to go into the end of the road is because at the end of the road you can get whatever you want, right? So I think he's trying to revive his mom.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
if he is Billy Kaplan, and that's how they bring back Scarlet Witch. And the funniest thing is she will never so the thing is, I think that Agatha will want to revive Scarlet Witch because they said that Scarlet Witch passed and that she has the death book. So if she has the book, then she wants the book. I think that she'll be like, okay, well, we need to resurrect her. And then they do that. Or she finds the importance of having Scarlet Witch alive because they're all colors. So Agatha's purple. Aubrey Plaza's character that she plays is green. And then we have Scarlet Witch, who's scarlet. So we have like a lot of people. And then they also play on their emotions. So like green is revenge, which is why... I think people think justice and revenge, which is why we see Aubrey doing the things that she does in the first episode and the second episode and kind of things like that. So they play with their colors, but I think that's really interesting. And I'm wondering if they kind of they need her to be alive and they revive her to be alive. So I'm wondering too if like she can't have her powers back unless she revives Scarlet Witch too. So I think there's multiple needs for that, but we'll have to see because it's so weird because how is Billy Kaplan even alive? You know what I mean? we'd have to figure this shit out. I like because
It's fun. I mean, like we just did a whole multiversal thing, and like if he is like he's not like all powerful yet. If he is Wiccan, because Wiccan is fucking like
no,
OG
he's
powerful.
super powerful. Yeah,
Like he's like OP. It's fuck. But like jumping universes won't be an issue. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like so, like it could be one of those.
But it's so
because
weird.
in this
I
universe,
don't know.
technically, he was never born.
Well, that's
You know
what I'm
what I mean?
saying. So like, why is he in this universe? That's my only thing.
Yeah.
Is like I'm wondering.
Well,
Like,
that's why it's
why
like
he's-
that's the only plausible answer.
We're gonna have to figure it out. But as of right now, he's only known as Teen. So Ted said, "Hell, if Teen is Wiccan, then just putting Hulk in. Imagine if the gay explosion is just Wiccan and Hulking kissing, huh? He's in the Young Avengers. Yeah. Also, if he's in it,
Yeah, because that's Wiccan is
The house is
gay.
brother.
Yeah, and so,
yeah. And then also to Ted's point, he's in the Young Avengers, but also if he is in it, where's his brother? Yeah. I
'cause
agree.
his brother is
Speed.
just a speedster, I
He's
believe.
a speedster, yeah.
Yeah, his brother was just a speedster, so it's like maybe it's not like didn't bring him along, or like maybe they'll like grab him later on or something.
I don't know.
Give us
Maybe
a
he
speed
died.
back or something. Yeah.
Who knows?
It's
Either
funny
way,
'cause, like, I just read where if you actually watch the show with closed caption, it actually shows the name of the kid.
does it?
What?
Apparently, according to people online. So
I
I don't want
just-
to spoil it, but it says the name of the kid.
Oh,
if you
that's
guys
so
watch it
funny.
with
I
closed
have to-
caption, It'll probably say it.
I'll have to rewatch the first episode because I watched it with closed captioning. I don't think I was paying attention.
It'll say like
Yeah,
character name says whatever the dialogue is. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. I'll have to
Hey,
show.
write it in the group. Write it in the group chat for me.
I'll let you know
Honestly,
because I'm gonna turn on the TV and just watch it like after the show, and I'll just be like, all right, it's this.
text me instead. Text
Yeah,
me.
I got you.
I put in the group chat. I put in the general chat.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna read it now. So, yeah. So, okay. All right. Anyway, yeah. So that's basically it. His name is Speed. Well, now I gotta watch it with subtitles. All right. Yeah. We'll see. So yeah. So guys, first 2 episodes out. This is basically what we're hearing. So watch for yourselves, but we'll do a review after it. Later on. Once all the episodes are out. Now, here's the thing. We are going into the final piece of news here. And before we go into the trailer, we're going to actually just announce one thing really quickly. So the Venom 3 new trailer came out. And in that trailer, released the confirmation of Null. So Null is going to be in the 3rd Venom movie, and he's going to be played by Norman Reedus. Now, I'm going to show you guys the trailer. We're going to watch the trailer real quick, and then we're going to come back. I have a theory. There are some theories that are going around about Null and his character and what's going to happen in the future. Is Norman confirmed? That's what I heard. So, who plays Null in Venom 3? I heard it was him.
Isn't that what they said?
That's what they said, but I mean, I guess maybe that might just be like rumors or something, but I heard that it was Norman Reedus. We'll just have to see. That's the only piece of news that I'm getting. Norman Reedus could definitely be a rumor for sure. I mean, I wouldn't put it past them. I don't think we know who's playing Null right now. Either way, Null is a thing. So I'm going to go ahead. We're going to go back to, we're going to switch to game show. We're going to go ahead and watch this trailer. So this is the last trailer for Venom 3, where it'll reveal a few things. And let's go ahead and watch it.
Eddie, I'm with you to the end.
This is your captain speaking. If you look out to your left, you'll see a beautiful view of the Grand Canyon.
Told you we could fly! Crush! Where it takes shot! not going to like this.
No, I can absolutely guarantee you I'm not gonna.
My home has found us.
Who sent that thing?
My creator.
Of course.
The symbiotes didn't come here by accident. They were running.
From what? What's his name then? No.
We have something he needs. As long as Venom lives, everything will end.
What are we doing?
We need a disguise.
Hey, man. Why do you keep knocking people out? What is wrong with you?
I'm sorry. We've come a long way, you and me. But we are strong.
This world can't survive if you stay together.
But I need him. You're bad people.
There we are.
There comes a time in every man's life where you have to make a sacrifice.
Eddie, I'm with you to the end.
No, this is all the money that we have.
What is this feeling? It's like this feeling? It's like all of my problems have gone away. No!
I think you broke my foot.
Eddie, I need more money.
Okay. So we got a little bit. We got a little look at Null right here. It's confirmed that it is Null. And we just don't know who's actually playing Null. So, let me see. What does Ted say? Ted says, "Toxin, baby. I love the Venom. Just loves gambling now." Yeah, well, that's the thing. So I'm a little concerned because, of course, like with this Venom movie and with all the Venoms, it just seems like it's getting goofier and goofier. And that like Venom just becomes more of like a comic character. In the third movie, the trailer, he's cracking a lot of jokes, and I get the the relationship between the two of them, but we're just gonna have to like see in the movie. But Null is in. So the thing about Null, guys, is that Null is insane. Okay, Null is just wildly overpowered. So let's go back and he's so freaking badass. But the thing is, he's like basically the most powerful thing in the world, right? So like. As far as the Spider-Verse goes. So he's like insane. So the thing is, if this is strictly Sony, what is the point of bringing Null in? So there is a theory. I don't like this theory, but there is a theory. Because this has to do with the multiverse for like they're saying that the Spider-Man 4 movie, this has to do with the multiverse. They're saying that Null, in the trailer, they said that Venom said that they have something that he needs. People are saying that Null needs to get in access to the multiverse and that he is going to, because he knows that Venom went into a different multiverse before, he thinks that Venom has the answer to getting into the multiverse, which makes no sense to me because the only reason that he traveled to Earth 616 is because of Doctor Strange. He had absolutely no physical powers of getting himself into that place. He only was there because of Doctor Strange's powers. So how is he going to get back into the multiverse? I don't know. But apparently Null knows that he can get into the multiverse and he uses Venom for it. Now, Spider-Man 4, people are saying, is going to be a team-up between Spider-Man and Venom, and the two of them are going to team up to take down Null. Now, if that is the case, I'm going to hate this movie. I don't want that. I don't like that. I hate having the first time that Peter Parker meets Venom as a good guy, and then they like It's like an anti-hero good guy that fights and takes down Null. It is and to Ted's point that I just read, they're gonna have to nerf Null because the only two Spider-Men doing this, and it's Peter Parker's like literally Tom Holland's version of Spider-Man and Venom. You're gonna have those two beat Null. That's not happening. It's not happening. So how are you going to make this movie now? That is the theory that I heard, is that Null is going to somehow find his way into the multiverse and he is going to now be a villain for Spider-Man. But the two problems that I have with that is, one, they're going to nerf Null because they're going to have to. And two, Marvel and Sony are bringing in too many overpowered characters to the point where now you can't do a lot with all these overpowered characters. You have Galactus, you have Doctor Doom, you have Null. You have Ultron returning, supposedly. You know what I mean? Like, you're having all these crazy characters come back. There's no way that Null can be a one-character movie. Like, or a one-movie character. He has to be a multi-movie character. He can't just be one. And if you make him a one-movie character, then you literally just ruined Null's character. It's like Gore all over again. Like, you bring Gore, this most crazy badass character, and then he doesn't do any godslaying, and then he loses with love.
Isn't no sword the sword that Gore used? Am I tripping?
100%.
Wait, what?
No,
it's the same sword, right? He got the sword from Null, right? Gore.
Because
if that's the case,
no, I thought he got it from a god.
I have no idea.
He got it from the DC. Yeah, he got the Necro sword from a Shadow Lord.
Is the Necro?
In the comics, Null has it. Yes, so you're right for that.
Oh, okay. All right, yeah.
So I guess in the comics, Null, who is the symbiote god, owned the sword before Gore acquired it. Null created the sword after being awakened by the light of creation and becoming enraged at the Celestials for despoiling his kingdom of darkness. Yeah.
See, he has to be on the same level of like Thanos at least, so he gotta have a whole phase to himself. You know what I mean?
Right, that's what I'm saying. You can't you can't. He's literally a god.
They're not gonna do it because fucking Sony don't know how to do their shit right.
No. What's up, Kyle? What's going on?
Well, I mean,
man?
like, okay, so with the little bit that we got from Tom Hardy's Venom, seeing Tom Holland's Spider-Man, like Venom did react in a bad way, seeing him on the screen.
Yeah, he was like, I don't like him, but like,
yeah. So if they do be on screen together, there's gonna be some fighting in the beginning, I guess. Because I think the Venom that Tom Hardy Venom, he doesn't have the spider symbol on his suit yet. No, so yeah, it's probably gonna happen when he's in a Tom Holland. I think the story with Venom, he somehow got onto. And I learned this from my brother, by the way. Like he took over Peter Parker, and Peter Parker become like the Black Symbiote Spider-Man.
Yes.
And then when Peter Parker got rid of the symbiote, Venom actually liked being part of Peter Parker. He liked being the Spider-Man from Venom. But when he couldn't get that anymore, like he went with Eddie Brock, but he kept the symbol because he missed being part of Spider-Man. That's why he kept the symbol.
So basically,
so I feel like they're gonna do that.
And that's the jealousy. So Venom always wanted to be with Spider-Man because Spider-Man was, in his mind, the most powerful being. So like when he attached himself to Spider-Man, he liked it because he was like, oh, this guy has powers. Like and symbiotes. The whole point of Venom and like symbiotes were like they wanted to attach themselves to strong people and like take over their body. You know what I mean? So when he found Spider-Man, he was like, oh shit, like this guy is strong. Like I want him. And then Spider-Man eventually like got rid of him and disowned him. And then he was like, nah, like he always wanted, like to Venom, Spider-Man is the one who got away. Like he's always going to be the one who got away. And he never is going to, like Eddie Brock is never going to be good enough for him. So that's like why this like hate revolves around Spider-Man. But let me see. They're going to have to nerf Null in the comics. In the comics, Venom needed to get cosmic powers and combine Silver Surfer's surfboard and Mjolnir's to beat Null. They're not surviving Null. And then Kyle said, what up, gang? Kyle, what's going on, man? How's college life treating you? And then Ted goes, you aren't tripping. The sword Gore uses is the comics and the Necro sword. Also, hi, Kyle. So, so basically, that's basically how Venom goes. But this is going to be a team up. And the problem is, you say, yeah, like, like in the movie, he like looked at the TV and he said he didn't like them, and that's fine. But I feel like there is going to be a little bit of fighting, and that's fine. But I think it's going to be goofy fighting. Like, it's not going to be like action packed fighting. Like the way that we see Tom Holland's character, like he has some comedy in him, but now like Venom's character is also very goofy and funny. So I feel like the fight between the two of them isn't going to be some crazy violent, like scary or like crazy fight scene. It's going to be more of like a funny fight scene. You know what I mean? So you're back, Kyle. What's good? How's it going, man? How's college life? So I think that's what we're gonna see. I think if that happens, but I don't want that to happen. Like I said, I think a great movie would just be Kingpin coming in, and them like bringing in Daredevil and kind of doing like a simple thing. Don't bring Null. I think they're gonna, but the problem is I think that they are gonna bring Null because why are they gearing up with all this stuff? They made Madam Web, they made Craven, which is coming out soon. They made Morbius. They made all of these Spider-Man characters. In Craven, there's Rhino. You know, like they have all of these characters coming out, and it's all Spider-Man characters. And now they have Null with Venom. What's the point? Like, there's got to be some point. There has to be. There has to be. Why is Sony making all of the Spider-Man villains? Unless they have some sort of some sort of thing, unless it's like random. If we find out that this is all random, that is the dumbest shit I have ever heard in my entire life.
Knowing Sony is gonna be all random. They just releasing characters to make money.
If they're doing that, it's so stupid.
All the money grab shit. They were like, oh, like they've never made this movie before. Let's go do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's exactly.
Well,
I bet you there's no grand plan. It's just launch, and then end.
So this is what I heard. I actually heard that Sony and Marvel have this like really big thing where if one person makes a character, then the other can't. So you're seeing so many characters being spit out at Sony. You're seeing Madam Web, you're seeing Morbius, Null, Venom, Craven, and you're seeing all of these characters being made. And now it's like, if that theory is true, then that means Marvel can't touch those characters, and Marvel has to think of other new characters to make.
Great MCU character.
Yeah. So they're like now, like Sony. If that's the case, Sony at the moment is just dwindling down on Spider-Man options, so that way they can't, like, Marvel is forced to either not make like good Spider-Man movies or like give them back Spider-Man. And if that's the case, that's stupid as shit, Sony, because you're ruining everything. Everything.
Sounds
It
sounds possible. It sounds very possible because think about it.
Yeah.
Any Marvel character that they made, but like any Marvel movie that they made, it hasn't been in Sony. Sony hasn't touched it. But every a Sony character that's been made, it hasn't been touched by Marvel. So I feel like that's a very plausible thing to do, which sucks. It's fire. Whoa, hold on. College life is going all right. In a library, working on homework and studying chemistry at this hour, 9:30. Sony is known for making random decisions. It is fire. What up, Zach? Yo, Kyle, how are you, dude? So that is Null. I think that is the theory that I've been hearing, and if it is true, then it's stupid. I'm just saying, it's very stupid. Especially since like people kept on like hyping up this whole Andrew Garfield coming back and then like being in Venom's world and stuff. So it's like, I don't know.
Ooh.
I don't know.
I can totally see Null and Andrew Garfield Spider-Man.
They said that they were bringing back Null, or like they were bringing back Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, and that he was gonna be in this third movie, or like he was technically a part of the third Spider-Man, or like Andrew Garfield Spider-Man and stuff like that. So I don't know. I don't know. Also, the actor for the Lizard is in this film. Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, man, got my first chem midterm next week. Got no clue what is going on with half the unit. I don't blame you. That's a hard thing. He was the weird dude in the van. Oh, okay. And I want to get ahead on some homework so I can chill this weekend. Nice. Got any weekend plans, dude? So yes.
Imagine it is the same guy, then that can clarify that this is the Amazing Spider-Man universe.
Yeah, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can figure that out. So I don't know, but and people are thinking the kid in the van is Peter. Terrible theory, but maybe. Yeah, people are just throwing shit out now at this point, but I don't think that's I don't think that's the case. But nothing too crazy, just chilling. Intramural flag football game Sunday. Nice, nice. Good luck, dude. But that's it, guys. So that is the theory. That is the trailer. That is everything that we have for this week's news. So, guys, take it easy. Thank you all for coming down. Kyle, good luck on your midterm. Oh, what did he say? He said, "Oh, bro, I got invited to join a frat last night. Got a formal cardstock bid invite and all. Damn, Kyle.
Careful in the frat, man.
Yeah, careful
You
on
know
the
what I mean?
frats. Definitely careful on the frats. But I'd be curious. Keep me up to date on that, dude. Let us know what you decide to do, whether you decide to actually join or not. But yeah, guys, see you guys later. Thank you all for coming down. I hope you enjoyed tonight's episode. We will be back. We will be watching Agatha. And we'll be, of course, doing a review on Agatha when we can. Andrew has seen... What's up?
And the Penguin that came out today.
Yes. That came out... No.
Oh.
That came out... I thought it came out in October.
Nope, it just aired an hour ago.
Oh, gee. First episode,
Holy
or
shit.
is it the whole season?
I'm not sure about the whole season, but definitely the first episode.
I know what I'm watching then. I'm gonna prioritize Penguin over Agatha, to be honest with you. But like, I've been waiting for Penguin. I have been waiting for Penguin. But yeah, definitely gonna watch Penguin. So we will be watching Penguin, and we'll be watching Agatha, and we are going to review both of those. Andrew has already seen The Crow. Shane and I will definitely watch The Crow. We will review that as well. We got a decent amount of stuff to review. When we have the time, we'll definitely be able to do it. So stay tuned for all of those, and we'll review the shows when they're done. So if Penguin released all of their episodes at the same time, and we watch it all, we can review that first. But Agatha is going to take a little while because we will review it once the show is done. And then The Crow's a movie, so we'll review that too. Penguin definitely looks really good. So, guys, thank you for watching again. We will see you on the next episode. Penguin looks good, but I don't know why Matt Reeves renamed him Oswald Cobb. Because there was like an interview. He said something like, it's because the name has been Oswald Copperpot for a long time, and it just didn't seem like that name was good with the times, and that it wasn't like a realistic, like, kind of timey name. So he was like, oh, can I just change it to this? And the guy was like, yeah, why not? And they did. That's literally the story. That was the interview. So yeah. All right, guys, have a good night, everybody. Hopefully we'll see you in the next stream. Take it easy for now, though. Good night, everybody.